Hey, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a clean, healthy, and energized and enthusiastic day. My name's Clay Green. Today, I want to talk to you about conscious flow control and what's going on with this coronavirus thing and how they're kind of connected and the confusion that's involved and all that stuff. I hope you're having a freaking awesome day again. I need to close a couple windows so I don't have weird feedback. Long story short, conscious flow control. What that translates to is conscious state control. The state of flow is that highly productive, highly badass, highly performing zone or the zone that you're familiar with. Conscious flow control means you can consciously, in other words, knowingly, on a schedule, planned, execute, turn on and turn off the state of flow. Before you learn how to, there are skills you need. You need to be able to practice and have the awareness to be able to actually turn on and manipulate things in your body so that you can then get yourself into that state of flow and perform. Now, let's slow down. That's what I do. That's what I do for a living these days is I teach people how to turn on and turn off this state of flow, how to maintain their awareness and their consciousness in that performing state. I don't like the word peak performance because peak performance is only reserved for life and death situations, right? That kind of peak. So we actually control how in the zone we get. Let me drop a quick request, a quick note, a quick shout out and all that stuff. And then we're going to get back into what this has to do with Corona. Well, Corona, this picture behind me, this is a photograph that I took in Lake Como, Italy. Lake Como was in northern Italy, about an hour north of Milan. I was there a few years back. I was in Rome several months ago, not even 6 months ago now. Maybe it's getting to be 6 months. Wow, time flies. About 6 months ago, I was in Rome. Northern Italy and Italy in whole and Spain and Europe, just like here in the US, we're getting hit with this coronavirus, and it's becoming a very real, very tangible challenge. My heart goes out to the victims, to those of us that are being affected by it, but primarily one of my favorite clients, one of my most favorite people that I work with, is suffering from a post-traumatic stress injury as a firefighter. And this person is serving and has served for decades as a first responder. And right now, that is the place that we all need to send our love, our energy, and any other support and help we can give. So to all the first responders that may be watching this in any form, and first responders is taking on a whole new meaning now, right? Because it's not just the firemen, the paramedics, and those first frontline emergency room personnel. It's everybody that's working in our medical system. Everybody. And when I say everybody, I'm thinking about the billing specialist. I'm thinking about a factory worker that's in a medicine factory, for lack of a better word, right? There are people that are on the front line that if they get sick, our whole system is going to falter. And it's happening. It's happening because people are ignoring the need to be safe, that they're ignoring that curve. And we need to flatten that curve to take care of those people that are serving us and saving our lives. So my point is, my heart goes out and I'm helping as much as I can. I haven't left my little bubble for a week, probably more than a week at this point. We're literally planning our next grocery store trip, and we're pushing it out as far as we can, making all our supplies last a little bit longer. And we're running out of a couple things that we need. So we're probably going to have to go to the store in a couple days. What is this? How is this all connected? How is conscious flow and coronavirus and what we're all going through, how is it all connected? That's a great question. let me answer the question and how I can help. Why I hope you're watching this video still. And do me a favor, if you are watching this video, copy the link, post it on your YouTube, post it on your Google Drive, post it on Google Social Share, whatever it is. Post it on YouTube, post it in Instagram, post it in Facebook, share this. I'm going to be putting out a couple different good, solid tips and tricks and tactics. There's a couple layers to this thing. On the first layer, how do you go get your groceries? And in case you haven't seen it, there is a video that I produced about how to go to the grocery store and bring your groceries into your house and keep yourself safe from contamination. Mostly it was about mindset and about how to set up a dirty and a clean area and how to decontaminate different types of things. You got to start with yourself though, right? So there's this weight on us about things like that. Like if I go for a walk right now down my street, am I going to be exposed to somebody else that went for a walk 10 minutes before and sneezed, and I walk through their cloud of sneeze without knowing it? Yes, it's possible. That's why hydration is really important, and drinking things and making sure that you're rinsing your mouth a lot. Just that swallow, just that little squirt swallow might have washed down some coronavirus stuff into my gut instead of it going into my lungs and taking hold and affecting me. Because if it goes in your gut's going to handle it. Your gut's going to chew that stuff up and kill it. Okay. Having said all that, contamination control, first responders, what we are all feeling is this weight. There's this huge burden, malaise, this girthy, huge, heavy, new, different, unknown, life and death threatening thing. Let's talk about those things. New, different, new and different. Our system, our body does not like change. Our brain wants to minimize change because it takes energy to adjust to change. The more energy our body contains and retains, the better our chances of survival. Meaning, you know what, let's be real. Right now, this new change, you have to stay inside your house. You have to minimize contact with other people. And we're starting to feel that, aren't we? It's a real thing. Loss of contact with other people, that physical touch, even if it's just a handshake, even if it's just standing next to people in a subway or an elevator, there's a connection distancing happening, and it's affecting us because it's new and different. That new and different is causing our brain to scramble and try and make sense of this new different thing. And that's draining our energy. And that's making us more vulnerable to the virus or any other number of sicknesses and challenges. Unknown. New, different, and unknown. That's like, unknown is like new and different times 100 or times 1,000. It's even worse, because if I take you from where you're at and I put you in somebody else's house and say, okay, you have to stay in this house now. Well, that's okay. You're going to figure out, the walls. You're going to figure out where the bathroom is. You're going to figure out where to sleep. You're going to figure out where they have the towels. You're going to figure out what kind of groceries they have, what kind of groceries you want to get. You're going to be in a new, for a brief period of time, it'll be unknown, but then it'll be a new environment. But if I tell you, hey, next week, we're going to move you from where you're at to another house. Now you've got a week of your brain imagining the unknown. This is where that magic word infinity comes in. What you imagine and what I imagine are going to be two very different things. And then there's this, if we drew one straight line to what we imagine that house is going to be like, or what that transition is going to be like, all of a sudden it's going to start spreading out and opening up into all these possibilities. And there's literally an infinite number of possibilities that you can imagine. And that's what your brain's going to be trying to do. It's going to be trying to figure out, oh my goodness, how good can it be? How bad can it be? All this stuff. Your brain's going to be thinking about that, thinking about that, thinking about that. Guess what's happening to your energy reserves? You're burning your energy worrying about the unknown. Well, right now, I don't care who you are, where you are, your world is encompassed with new, unusual, and unknown. So no matter who you are, where you're at, we are all experiencing those things in a new and different way. The big one. The number one biggest thing that is coming to realization for a lot of people is this. Your day, here's your day. A month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, you had a normal day and you went through your normal day doing your normal thing, dealing with your normal stuff, right? And you figured that after this day was over, there's going to be another day. And so you build these days. Now you've got a week, and then you've got a month. Now you've got a year. And this is kind of how we are accustomed to dealing with stuff. Here I am now at 50 something years old. I look back at my life and I look ahead at my life, and I know based on where I'm at, I had some fun. I am thankful for a lot of stuff, and I have a little bit less time than I used to have probably. And I'm going to be shooting to have more fun, but I've got this window, and we've got this moving window, right? You're born. I am confused by the way I'm doing my hands, but you look back and you've got, maybe if you're 10 years old, you think you're going to live forever. Somewhere around 30, 35, 40, you realize, oh, I'm about halfway there. Somewhere around 60, 70, holy shit, it's time to turn up the joy or give up or whatever. We've got this set acceptable thing. I mean, yeah, there's going to be accidents. Yeah, I could get cancer, but the risk of that is relatively low. Well, all of a sudden, Holmes, all of a sudden, my friend, you've been fire hydrant hosed, pressure washed with the reality that nope, you could catch an invisible bug because it's fucking hanging in the air. It's just sitting there. It's floating in the air. And all you're doing is walking into the store. All you're doing is filling up your vehicle with gas. And you breathe in, and you've got coronavirus. In 3 weeks, you could be intubated in an ICU. Or in 3 weeks, the ICU might be out of respirators. Or in 3 weeks, you're already dead. That fear of death that we have all come accustomed to, kind of on the down low, like we don't talk about it every day. If you go to church a lot, they might talk about the afterlife a lot and how you need to work now to get there in the right place and all that stuff. But whatever your story is, whatever your daily life is, your fear of death is up in your face now. The fear of death and the risk that you could just, for doing nothing but walking around, take an Amazon delivery. You accept an Amazon delivery or a delivery of groceries. And because that person delivered to another person a half hour ago and brought and breathed and is now delivering your groceries, Corona could be on that. It's a very real chance, and that's causing fear of death to be in our faces. Take a breath. Please, I invite you to take a breath. I'm not asking you to cover it up. I'm not asking you to ignore it. I'm asking us to feel the fear. I'm asking you to recognize that that fear is valid. You have it every day of your life. I promise it's there. You may never have noticed it before, but when your puppy died, or when your dog died when you were a kid, or when your grandma and grandpa died, or when you lost a sibling or a parent or a best friend, it was there for like a little spike of attention. I remember in high school, a kid died in a car crash. I didn't really know him, but he was in my school. He was in my grade. My grandfather died. My other grandfather died. Right? For these little brief periods, there's these moments where we're aware that, holy shit, we're mortal. Guess what? That's a superpower. I believe in you. And I believe that you can unravel this riddle. I've seen it time and time again. I help people do it now. And if you need it, reach out. I'm giving away calls left and right. I'm talking to people all the time now. I want to help as many people as I can wrap their head around this riddle. I don't have the answers, because you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen after you die. I don't know what's going to happen when I die. But the riddle, that's not the riddle, because nobody knows that. We can't. Some people have had experiences that tell them that they know what's going to happen, or that suggest, and that's helped the people solve their riddle. The riddle is, how do you live today? What are you going to do today? Because no matter what, you can't get out of this thing called life without dying. You might get so scared that you commit suicide. And for those of you that suffer and know people that did that, I'm sorry. You might run into somebody that's so angry and so upset and so afraid that you're a victim of homicide. And for those of you that are victims of that, and the repercussions of that, or the causers of that, I'm sorry. You might live to 110 and die surrounded by loving family. You might be 54 and die from a heart attack. You might catch corona and go to the hospital and die in the next month. I don't know the answer. I don't know what happens over there on the other side. I don't know if there is an other side. I have ideas, and I know there's a lot of beliefs, and I'm not bashing anybody's belief. I'm not judging anybody except the people that tell me they know the answer. I'm bashing you right now, and I'm asking you not to talk to me. Now, don't share that with me. If you feel like you have an answer that everyone must follow, that's your story, okay? And I respect you, and I believe in you, and I'm proud of you, but I'm asking you not to go there now, because there's a lot of people that don't know. If that's your answer, go. And if you need to share, share. But please respect those rest of us that are asking you not to overwhelm us. The riddle isn't what happens after we die. The riddle is, how do you live today? How do you want to live today? What do you want to do today? What do you want to produce today? What do you want to give today? How do you want to impact the world around you today? What is the story that is inside you that needs to come out and be told? What's the gift? How does that gift grow? How do you build your muscles so that you can scale that and give that gift to as many people as possible, or the person that needs that gift? I don't have the answers, okay? What I'm about to share with you and the next part of what I'm about to share isn't the answer. What I'm about to share with you are some tools. These tools help you and help in one way or another every person that has been successful. I put that word in quotes because there's a lot of definitions of successful. Every person that I know that has been successful at enjoying their life, at succeeding at hitting goals, at succeeding at solving that riddle for themselves and living today, all those successful people, they use these 3 habits in one way or another. These 3 habits are the 3 habits that if you find, that's the other thing, you have to find your way of doing these 3 habits. If you can use you can, and these 3 habits will help you feel your fear and live your life free. Feeling the fear of the unknown, feeling the fear of the new and different, feeling the fear of death, and step into that fear and deciding to not let that fear stop you, deciding to be empowered through that fear, emboldened, encouraged, enthused, enabled, deciding to be your best self for us, for yourself. Those 3 habits, meditating, which also includes things called prayer and exercise, journaling, which is simply the physical act of writing. And there's an infinite number of ways to do both of those things. Meditating and journaling, and practicing gratitude. Developing the habit of gratitude. Those 3 things are the 3 things that enable you to more quickly, more efficiently, and more enthusiastically embrace the fear of death that we are all facing and step into the powerful you that exists and live life fully. If there's not a link right here, you can get a link somewhere. There's links all over my stuff. Get those 3 habits. If you have questions about those 3 habits, ask. Right now, again, priority is given to first responders and people in the medical community. If you're in the medical community or you know someone who is that needs somebody to talk to, I'm someone that can help them greatly. Grab one of those habits and implement that habit now and drastically reduce the stress levels almost instantly. So if you're in those shoes and you need help, ask. I'm here. I hope you have a freaking awesome day. I've got to wrap this up. I've got more meetings coming up to help more people. How are you serving right now? Who are you helping? I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but there are many, many forums like Facebook out there where if you go to the store right now, there are people asking for help within 10, 20 miles of you. There are people saying, hey, can you go shop for me? I'm 80 years old. There are people asking for help and you can help them. How are you serving today? Who are you serving today? Who are you helping? In case you're wondering, that's one of those little tricks that most people figured out about how to live life fully. Is it's not about what's in it for me. It's about that feeling that you get when you serve, that feeling that you get when you help someone. I hope you have an awesome day. My name again is Clay Green. I am the founder of the Conscious Flow community. And the the most important word, the most important part of that is conscious. Conscious flow community, conscious flow control, conscious, meaning that you're making decisions instead of reacting. Think, don't react. It's a scary freaking time right now. Let's not react. Be calm. We're going to get through this one way or another. We're all going to get through this. I hope you have a freaking awesome day. Enjoy your day.